A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant development in immigration enforcement, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a Salvadoran immigrant who was mistakenly deported to El Salvador during the Trump administration, has been brought back to the United States to face criminal charges. Abrego Garcia, aged 29, had lived in Maryland for nearly half of his life before his deportation in March. He now faces allegations of transporting undocumented migrants within the U.S., as detailed in recently unsealed court records. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi announced the return of Abrego Garcia, stating that he will face justice for his actions. The indictment against him was filed on May 21st, a little over 2 months after he was deported despite a court order that prohibited his removal. The charges stem from a traffic stop in 2022, where the Tennessee Highway Patrol suspected him of human trafficking. However, the stop concluded with only a warning for an expired driver's license, according to a report from the Department of Homeland Security. At a news conference, Bondi revealed that a grand jury had determined that Abrego Garcia played a significant role in an alien smuggling ring over the past 9 years. The return of Abrego Garcia was facilitated after U.S. officials presented an arrest warrant to the Salvadoran government, which was led by President Nayib Bukele. Bukele, in a social media post, stated that his government collaborates with the Trump administration and would not refuse a request to return a gang member. To the U.S., Abrego Garcia's deportation was part of a controversial Trump administration initiative aimed at removing undocumented migrants accused of gang affiliations and sending them to prisons in Central America without due process. Critics of the Trump administration pointed to this case as an example of the excesses of its aggressive deportation policies. However, officials have claimed that Abrego Garcia is a member of the notorious MS-13 gang, a claim that his lawyers vehemently deny, asserting that he has never been convicted of any crime. The case has sparked tensions between the executive branch and the judiciary, with the U.S. Supreme Court ordering the Trump administration to facilitate Abrego Garcia's return. Justice Sonia Sotomayor, a liberal member of the court, criticized the government's actions, stating that they failed to provide a valid basis for what she termed as warrantless arrest. U.S. District Judge Paula Zines has also initiated an investigation into the actions taken by the Trump administration regarding Abrego Garcia's return, following allegations from his lawyers that officials were obstructing their request for information. Abrego Garcia will have the opportunity to enter a plea and contest the charges in court. If convicted, he faces a potential sentence of up to 10 years in federal prison and a fine of $250,000. However, his legal troubles do not end there, as the issue of his deportation remains a separate legal matter. If he is ultimately convicted, he would be deported back to El Salvador after serving his sentence. Andrew Rossman, Abrego Garcia's lawyer, emphasized the importance of due process, stating that the judicial system must ensure that his client receives fair treatment. He remarked, "Today's action proves what we've known all along, that the administration had the ability to bring him back and just refused to do so." The controversy surrounding Kilmar Abrego Garcia's case highlights the complexities and challenges within the U.S. immigration system, particularly in light of the previous administration's policies and the ongoing debates about immigration enforcement and due process rights. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.